Maybe you've seen how it works. If not, we recommend Part 1 titled Spaces. In this video, we'll explain reasons and rhythms for each space. First, let's look at reasons. Although we don't center around the public space, we recognize it serves a unique and necessary purpose. The public space allows everyone to share a common experience where information and inspiration can bring unity and reinforce common purpose. God's truth is proclaimed through applicable teaching. Hardened hearts are softened through unhindered worship. And we remember we're part of something so much bigger than our own little circle as we hear true stories of what God has been doing throughout our extended community. So, teaching, worship, and testimony are the three key components of these big family celebrations that are vital for movement. We quickly discover, however, that the public space has limitations. For example, communication is a one-way experience since the size of the group makes interaction difficult. So we recommend that those attending public gatherings adjust expectations for this space. Sure, the environment may be exciting, but it can never be intimate. In a group of 100 plus people, we simply won't find deep fellowship and conversation. Thus, we shouldn't expect our deepest longings and needs to be fulfilled here. Many religious organizations do find their identity in the public space experience, but we don't, because the church is not a crowd. The church is a spiritual family. So our identity is found in the space that most resembles this, the mid-sized social space. This is our center. The social space is the name we've assigned to a mid-sized group of people the size of an extended family. Think of your siblings, your crazy uncle, cousins, old friends, and neighbors gathering for a holiday meal. Why do we call it social? Because it's so easy to relate to people here. This is also where missional community makes sense, since a mid-sized group is perfect for mobilizing everyone on mission. You see, it isn't a platform performance that tethers us together. Our binding identity is formed through naturally relating as an extended family with a shared divine purpose, a family on a mission. As people orient themselves in this mid-sized extended family, trust is built and things naturally move from the social to the personal. In the personal space, we find that vulnerability and accountability aren't frightening anymore. This is the environment where deep spiritual learning called discipleship really happens. In a group of 6 to 12 trusted people, we're able to collaboratively reflect on what God is saying and doing in our lives, then consistently encourage each other to respond to His voice. Just as a tree cannot grow without sunlight and rain, so we will not grow without invitation and challenge. Finally, the space where growth is proven, where our guard is completely down and we share our experiences, feelings, and thoughts without inhibition, the intimate space. In our lifetime, very few gain access here. So when an intimate Jesus-centered relationship is formed, we want to encourage and equip you to protect and serve that relationship as a top priority. Each space has its purpose within the church as a movement, and it's important to recognize the things it can and cannot accomplish. Now this sounds great, but isn't there a lot going on here? How will people find time to be involved in all the above and still have a life? It's really very simple. We just don't do all the above every single week. We move in healthy and sustainable life rhythms. Let's look at the calendar to get a clear picture. The public space is important, but it exists to serve the smaller learning and familial environments, not the other way around. So we'll gather for that big family celebration once a month. The social space is where family is forged. It's also the most accessible environment to invite a stranger to become a friend. This is our beginning. It is our front door. So let's put this gathering at the beginning of each month. The personal space digs deeper into our lives and requires consistency in order to be meaningful and effective. So we'll gather with our group every other week. But what about all the other days on the calendar? Just think of these as blank pages waiting to be filled with your stories. We encourage you to take time pursuing and nurturing intimate relationships, so we're leaving plenty of space for you to do just that. Each space has a reason and a rhythm, so that the story of our lives speaks good news to the world around us. We aren't in some business of building religious institutions. We're just a family with a mission to extend our family. We are L24 Collective.